Alright guys, how's it going? Out here in the woods. Over the summer and fall we had some pretty good windstorms, and we have a pine tree where the top half blew off. Since the last video I had a chainsaw, I was borrowing Joe's Husqvarna. Since then I bought myself a MS271 Sthil Farm Boss. So far I like it. I mean, it's a good homeowner saw. I think they market it to, larger homeowner jobs. It's definitely not a commercial saw. It's, not as easily rebuildable. I didn't feel I needed that. I'm not cutting that much wood where I need it. But I thought you might be interested to see this because I feel like a lot of you may be in the same boat I am. You don't need like a professional grade saw, but you just want something that could get the job done around the house. So I figured I'd throw the old video camera on as I cut down the lower half of this tree. It's about 25 feet. I'll try to get you a shot of it before I start cutting. It's a little crowded in here, but because it's so short now with the storm damage, I'm not anticipating it to be a problem. So yeah, I'm a little weird about taping chainsaw stuff just because I don't want anything to go wrong on camera, but I thought this was a safe one. Speaking of safety, you can see I got my helmet, ear protection, face protection. I don't know who's watching this video. If there are any professional arborists watching, in the comments, I want to get a set of chainsaw chaps or pants. Let me know what you recommend. Frankly, money's not an option here because I've heard it a few times before. The most expensive pair of chainsaw chaps are still cheaper than a trip to the emergency room or losing an appendage. So I definitely err on the side of safety. I know Joe likes to give me a lot of grief for that, but we're all getting older and more safety conscious. So yeah, it's going to be probably my next investment. Now that I am cutting a little more wood, we've had some more windstorms, more storm damage. So yeah, let me know. Chainsaw chaps, got to get some. Maybe I'll show you what I end up getting in the future. So yeah, I'm gonna cut to it and you'll see the tree, and then I should be getting this thing down. I don't think it's gonna be anything fancy. And I'm gonna say this, I am not a professional arborist, okay? I know my way around cutting down trees, but if it's anything big, now I got a 20-inch bar on this. If I can't cut it with a 20-inch bar, I'm calling it professional. That's where I'm at right now. Maybe one day, or if the circumstances is right, but that's my rule. If it's bigger than that, I ain't cutting it. But we got a lot of trees around here that do fit the bill and that do need to come down, so I have been getting some good use out of this. Alright, well, I'll see you when the saw's on. I did have it warmed up, so it should start pretty easy. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to give you a good look at the tree. Now you'll be able to see the top of it. Most of the top was damaged in a windstorm, so I'm only dropping probably a piece that's 20-25 feet tall. So I'm not too worried about it hitting anything else. It's a little crowded in here, but because it's only 20-25 feet, I should be good. All right, not the cleanest drop I ever had. I went too shallow on that wedge cut at first. I didn't want to go too deep because I knew the tree was basically dead, and it's so short I didn't think a deep wedge cut was really needed, but I went way too shallow the first time, so I had to kind of go back and make it bigger. You know, definitely not the cleanest drop I've ever had, but yeah, I got it done. I think that's the thing, a lot of it's prep work, making sure you got a clear path to drop it. And like I said, I wasn't worried about it hitting anything else, so I wasn't overly concerned. But I mean, I don't think there's no such thing as being too careful when you're working with when you're doing tree work. So like I said, I'm an amateur. I'm learning as I go. Actually, I'm watching a lot of good YouTube videos and learning a lot. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, if you're thinking, MS271, it's a good saw. Pulls pretty good for its size. It is a 50cc, so it's not like the big boys, but pretty good size for homeowners, I would say. So hopefully you enjoyed the videos. Be nice in the comments. Chainsaw chaps, if you have recommendations. Alright, so there's the drop. You could see I got right where I wanted it, so that nasty double pie cut didn't seem to affect it too much. And yeah, I wish I would have got it right on the first cut, but I didn't. Went back, corrected it, so that's what it looks like. Alright, so I already made 2 cuts to the tree. I figured, might as well flip the camera back on and show you the Sthil in action. Working pretty good. So I'll leave you guys off with some cutting footage. Alright, stay safe. Talk to you guys later.